Today, we are back in Epcot for the Candlelight Dining Package. We're gonna start off with dinner at Coral Reef, and then we're gonna head back into the World Showcase to catch the beloved Candlelight Processional. So, let's go eat. It is the second day of Epcot's Festival of the Holidays, which brings in a very popular experience, the Candlelight Processional. The show draws in huge crowds, so oftentimes people choose to do the dining package, which guarantees them a reserved seat for the show without having to wait in line. Now, a bunch of restaurants around Epcot participate, but I chose to dine at Coral Reef. This restaurant is really cool because you're actually surrounded by an aquarium. And it's almost time for our reservation, so I'll tell you a little bit more about the Candlelight Dining Package once we head inside. Wow, it has been so long since I've dined at this restaurant, and I'm really happy to be back. As soon as I walked in, it reminded me of my childhood, because we used to come here as a family all the time. It was one of our family favorite restaurants, but it's been quite a while, and I went up and I actually requested to be seated next to the aquarium. You can do that if you'd like. There's a couple of different tiers, levels of seating. You don't have to pay extra to be seated next to the aquarium or anything. Just request it. If they have it available, they might be able to hook it up. And for me, it's not that busy. They were able to do it. I have an amazing view from my table. Now, obviously, dining right next to an aquarium is a super unique, really cool dining experience. It's kind of crazy that you could just go to a theme park and be seated with a stingray just staring right at you. But that is currently what we're working with. There's scuba divers in the tank. Saw some sharks swimming by. It's gonna be really fun. But now that we are settled in, let's kind of discuss what comes with the Candlelight Dining Package. So you get to choose a starter, an entree, and a dessert from the menu. And it's not just like a specialty menu. Like, you could choose any starter from the menu that you see online, any entree, and any dessert. It also comes with a non-alcoholic beverage included, so like just a soft drink or something. So yeah, when you add all of that up, and then add on the amount of time that you would spend like standing in line waiting for the Candlelight Processional and the great seats you get, I don't know, we're gonna see if it's worth it. As I was looking over the menu, my server actually let me know that there's a QR code on the bottom here that you can scan and get more information about the aquarium in here, get some fun facts and everything. Look at all the people scuba diving in there. Oh my gosh, there's so many of them. I'm gonna scan that QR code and let you know a little bit more about the aquarium in just a little bit, but she did let me know also that the stingray that's sitting here staring at me can actually see me through the glass, so she let me know if I feel like I have eyes on me. I do, because this stingray, he isn't budging. I don't know if he's sleeping or what. She also said that this is like one of the child stingrays, and this thing is huge. His mother is in here and even bigger, so I can't even imagine if she swims by how big she is going to be, because this thing is ginormous. This menu itself is super small. We only have 4 appetizers and 6 entrees to choose from. For our starters, we can choose from a New England clam chowder, a shrimp cocktail, or a reef salad, or the seafood artichoke dip. Then right below are entrees, a shrimp and grits, prime rib, a chicken, a salmon, a mushroom gyoza, and a mahi-mahi. The price of the dining package varies depending on what restaurant you're dining at. Here at Coral Reef, it's $78 per adult. Oh my gosh, a stingray, another one just came. I think that might be its sibling. That's not the mother. That's a little smaller. I'm getting so distracted by this aquarium. It's really cool. But yeah, $78 per adult to dine here for the dining package. So usually when things are like kind of like a prefix meal, I would just go with the most expensive thing to kind of get my money's worth. Here, I'm having a little bit of trouble because I like so many of the things on the menu. For appetizers, I was in between the New England clam chowder. My server let me know that it's really good, but it's only $11, so I just felt like that wasn't a good value, even though it would have been super cozy on this cool day. So I decided to get this seafood artichoke dip. It has cream, spinach, artichoke ciabatta, shrimp, and salmon in it, and that's $16, so a little bit of a better value there. I do love a good spinach artichoke dip, but oftentimes the dip has mayo in it, and they double check there's no mayo in this dip, so I am in the clear and all good to eat it. One of my favorite spinach artichoke dips though is from Applebee's. For some reason it's so good there. I haven't been there in ages, but back in high school when we used to go after like basketball games and stuff, I love the spinach artichoke dip there. So that's what I'm basing this spinach artichoke dip off of. I got a little spoonful there. I'm gonna load it up on the ciabatta and grab a taste. That is actually really, really good. The dip itself is super creamy, has a little bit of that spinach flavor and then a ton of that seafood flavor, but it's not like a bad seafood flavor. It's a really good seafood flavor. I do see a ton of chunks of seafood in there as well. I'm really enjoying this. I gotta say, I did not have high hopes for this spinach artichoke dip, but I think it's amazing. Better than Applebee's, I will say that, which I guess isn't really that hard to beat. I also think it's a pretty good portion. It's easy to share. You could definitely easily split this between 2 people. And I recommend you get it if you come here to Coral Reef or you come for the dining package here. Now, along with our spinach artichoke dip, they also brought me a loaf of bread. It is a pineapple coconut bread, and as soon as she brought it to the table, I was like, that is Ohana's bread. It looks exactly like it. I'm pretty sure it's the exact same that they serve at Ohana. Let's try a bite just to compare.
And orange pie. We're gonna have an orange pie waiting for the day, okay?
The butter is different. Same bread, but the butter is different. This is like more of like a citrus butter. I kind of like it. It pairs really well with the pineapple coconut. And yeah, it's pretty cool that you can get Ohana bread elsewhere. For entrees, I was between the prime rib and the mahi-mahi. I always used to get the steak here. They used to serve a strip steak here, and I remember it being good. I haven't tried the prime rib here, but I would assume it's good. But I decided to go with the mahi-mahi. You know, we're at a seafood restaurant, dining amongst the fish. I figured I should eat one. While we're waiting for our mahi to come out, I did want to let you guys know about mousewatcher.com. I know I keep saying it in all my videos, but it's truly a lifesaver when it comes to finding Disney dining reservations, especially Disney dining reservations that are hard to find, such as the Candlelight Dining Package. So when some of these more popular narrators come into town, like Neil Patrick Harris, John Stamos is going to be here, Jordan Fisher, the guy who played, what's the name? I don't watch Marvel. What is the name? Simu Liu? I think, I forget the name of this, the Marvel character. But when those guys come into town, it's very hard to find a reservation and the lines are crazy to get into the show. So you're gonna want that Candlelight Dining Package, and the best way to find one is with mousewatcher.com. So head to the link in my description and check out the website. You can sign up for alerts and it'll let you know when those reservations you're looking for become available. Our entree has arrived, and like I said, I decided to go with the mahi-mahi. It feels kind of cruel that they just brought out a piece of fish while I'm just like casually sitting next to fish. But nonetheless, I know this is gonna be delicious. I've had it before. It looks a little different though, so we'll see. This is the grilled mahi-mahi. It's served with a street corn salad, jasmine rice, and cilantro lime crema for $34. The presentation of this dish is pretty nice. It's a very pretty plate, but let's grab a piece. Grab a little piece of the mahi. It doesn't look like it has that much seasoning on it, but I wanna try it on its own before we get it with all the other things on the plate. The fish is nice and meaty, but it's very, very dry. I was expecting more of like a citrus flavor. I wish they kind of served it with like a little lemon on the side, or maybe even some like Cajun seasoning on there, but it just doesn't really taste like much. So I want to try it with some of the corn and the crema next. Okay, it's definitely better like that. The corn has a little bit of like some peppers in there. Not very spicy at all, but it adds a really good flavor. And then you get the citrus from that lime crema. I feel like it needs a little something on top, and they should have seasoned the fish a little bit better. But the cut of fish is very nice. Like I said, very, very meaty, and it's a beautiful dish. And I'm eating next to a stingray who's still back and he's staring at me. So I'm cool with that. Let's try some of the rice. The rice has more flavor than the fish. A little bit of a lime flavor. I wish I used some of that lime flavor on the fish too. Last time I got this dish, which was years ago, I remember, I'm pretty sure it was served with almost like a mango Thai coconut, some type of like coconut, some type of sweet sauce. And I think it was definitely better back then. I don't know if I would like recommend you go out of your way to get this. It's kind of basic, and yeah, like I said, it needs more seasoning, needs a little bit more sauce on there. It's okay. The seafood artichoke dip though, that was good. It looks like our stingray friend is leaving us. Goodbye. We'll see you later. Oh my god, it just pooped. Do you guys see that? Oh my god, I can't believe I just got that on camera. Oh my god, it's pooping again. Oh my god, I just keep getting this stingray pooping. What is going on? What a beautiful thing to see while eating your dinner, you know? You can never go wrong with a little stingray number 2. And my server actually let me know another fun fact. It must be really cool working here, because I bet they get to like really get to know the animals and this wildlife in this tank. They told me that this is like their favorite place to hang out. She said like humans have their favorite spot on a couch. This is the stingray's favorite spot in the tank, and they fight over this spot. So they'll usually try and like push each other out, and I did get to see a little bit of that too. They try and push each other out and like go on top of each other to get them out of the way so that they can reclaim their spot. Now remember, the Candlelight Dining Package also comes with a dessert, so luckily I saved some room here. They had a key lime pie, which I was so close to getting, but I decided to go with Old Faithful, the chocolate wave. When I came here as a kid, this was the dessert that we always got, and like I said, it's been so long since I've dined here, so I figured it was time to be reunited with the chocolate wave. This is definitely a lot smaller than I recall, but let's see if it tastes as good as I remember. It's almost like a little chocolate molten cake with the berries in there. Very warm, light, and moist. And I do love, I'm a sucker for like a chocolate strawberry, chocolate raspberry. So I absolutely love the combination of flavors here. I do wish there was maybe like some fudge in the inside, so it like kind of exploded just like a molten cake, but it's still pretty tasty. Well, that was a pretty delicious dinner, and now that we're done, we're kind of just hanging out, waiting for the show to start. When you book these dining packages, you actually book it for a specific candlelight show. There's one around 5 o'clock, one around 7 o'clock, and then one around 8 o'clock. The one I did is around 7 o'clock, so we're just waiting on that time to hit. So I figured I'd go over a couple of details, and then at the end, after I see the show, I'm gonna let you guys know whether I think if it was worth it or not. So if you didn't want to dine at Coral Reef, like I mentioned earlier in the video, there are some other restaurants that participate in this dining package that you can book instead. Akershus, Beer Garden, obviously Coral Reef, Garden Grill, Le Cellier, Rose and Crown, and Spice Road Table all participate, and you're able to make reservations for those packages. And like I mentioned earlier, those packages really sell out when those bigger names come into town to narrate the Candlelight Processional. When John Stamos is here, and when Neil Patrick Harris is here especially, I already know it might already be sold out. So if you're looking to see those guys, make sure you use Mouse Watcher to find that reservation for you. In worst case, there's another cool thing they're doing this year with the Candlelight Dining Package. They're also offering it at Regal Eagle, which is the quick service in America, and you don't actually need to make a reservation for that. It's kind of done on a first come first serve basis. I'm not sure if you have to like go to the restaurant. I believe you probably have to go to the restaurant and do it. I'm not exactly sure how that one works, but that is an option for you if you're not able to find a reservation at one of the restaurants that I've listed before. So I was able to catch the boat over from Canada to Morocco, and we're heading towards America. And this is actually going to be a very special show because my roommate is performing in Candlelight for the show. Every year they choose like a cast choir. All the cast members that work here are able to audition and hopefully get a part in the show where they sing in the chorus on stage with the celebrity narrator. So this is gonna be really cool. I'm hoping to get a spot kind of towards her. She let me know she's gonna be towards the left of the stage. She's in the bottom left of the stage, she said. So we're gonna see if we can get a seat or area to sit close to there. Hopefully we can, and we're gonna be cheering her on. Go Hannah. All right, so they give you this little sticker to stick on you so you can go see the show. It has your show time on there and your date. So I'm gonna cover my Jolly Holiday tea, and I'm all ready to go, and I would be lying if I said I was excited for this. This is not my favorite thing. Personally, it's just not my favorite thing to see. For me, it's a little bit boring and way too long, but I'm here to check out the dining package. I'm here to support my roomie, so we're gonna get through this. Also, I found out tonight's narrator is Christy Metz, who I have no idea who that is, so I guess we'll see. Not me searching Chrissy Metz on Wikipedia to see who she is before the show. Here's a look at our view. Now it would definitely be a way better view to kind of sit in the middle over there. You can sit in the middle so you can get a better view of the narrator who's gonna be right there. However, I'm choosing to sit all the way on the side so I could get a better view of my roommate who should be right in there. I see my roommate coming up. She is almost here. There she is. Wow, I couldn't have asked for a better seat. I'm literally right in front of her. I'm zooming in on her right now. A standing O. Well, what a show. I actually had a fantastic view of my roommate. I ended up being like seated right in front of her, so that was perfect. But I definitely recommend if you come for the show and you don't know someone and you're not trying to sit in front of them, to sit in the middle section because the view is not that good from the sides at all. I could barely see the narrator, Chrissy Metz. I couldn't see her at all. I was like peering through some of the musicians. The musicians are great. The Voices of Liberty are in the show, and all the cast members participating in the choir are great. It's just not my cup of tea. I'm not like the target audience for that type of thing. But if you do enjoy that like religious worship, narration, singing, you will love the show. I know a lot of people really like it. It was really funny though. At one point I like looked around and there were a bunch of kids around me. Every single kid was either sleeping in their parents' lap or on a phone. And honestly, I don't blame them. But I'm really glad we got to do it. Main question, is the Candlelight Dining Package worth it? If you're going for a narrator that isn't as popular as a John Stamos, as a Neil Patrick Harris, as a Josh Gad, I would say probably not, because the line to get in actually wasn't that long at all, and you could have gotten a pretty decent seat sitting in the back. Now those other ones, I know people line up hours before, so you might want to do the dining package for that. But you could always just, if you don't feel like waiting, you could just stand in the back of the theater and have a great view. I've done that a couple of times with the bands that come and perform for the other festivals. It's still a good view. You could hear everything. If you just kind of stand in the back of the theater, outside of the theater, you get a good view there. And in terms of value, I really don't know if I got my money's worth. The total of all of my food that I ordered today came out to about $65. However, after tax, after tip, I paid about $95 for that. So like $30 above what the price of the food was to sit in a seat to watch the show. I say just either line up and enter with the general admission or just stand in the back. Like, I don't know. I don't know if I could justify paying $30 to have that seat. For me personally, it just doesn't make much sense for me though. But hey, I'm really glad I got to experience that. It'll be my only time during Festival of the Holidays because I don't know if I could sit through that again. And thank you to my Patreon subscribers, Michael, Emily, Mulligan, Lindsay, Ashley, Misty, Paul, Lisa, Barbara, Kara, Angela, Dustin and Nancy, John Paul, Leah, Tracy, Loco, Armando, the Latham Thomas family, Adam and Jen, Wayne, Carol, Karis, Marie, Dante, Shelby, Daniela, Marcel, Erica, Linda, Mike, Christina, Brittany, the Calcanes family, Chelsea, Pickle, and Travis. So whether you come for the Candlelight Dining Package or not, I do think Coral Reef is a great restaurant for you to check out. The restaurant is super unique and it's just a great like atmosphere in there. You really can't beat that atmosphere, being right up against the aquarium and stuff and seeing all of the fish as you're dining. The food was pretty average, but I mean, you're there for the atmosphere for the most part. Let me know in the comments if you guys have ever dined at Coral Reef and kind of what you thought. I've heard some mixed reviews of the food going downhill, but I don't know, I thought it was okay. And yeah, that's gonna do it for us tonight. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.